So real quick though, religion ain't saved me, bro. God did. And you can say whatever you want because when I was in basic training, I read the entire Bible. I did personal exegesis on topics and subjects I felt were critical. And I prayed and waited for answers from the Lord. I've also been that nigga in the suit behind a pulpit preaching. I did it 4 times. Shit was recorded. That was pretty damn good. I study the shit I care about. And I code switch. Like I had the proper ass shit. Like you wouldn't recognize me then to now, but I'm just saying, nigga. And niggas forget that I'm smart as shit, cause like I took a fucking test in the third goddamn grade, and it was like my comprehension skills are like 9 years ahead. So fucking I really be smart, but I didn't know how to like relate to kids my age and shit. So to garner friendships, I became a class clown, right? Cause being a fucking mature ass third grader ain't doing shit. Like I'm a fucking a nuisance to them niggas. So this is why like I figured out how to be funny. Funny diffuses people. Funny breaks down barriers and walls and shit. So that's what the fuck I was. That was my persona for a good minute. But niggas always kept thinking I was goddamn dumb. So I was like, let me just stop. Anyway, I'm getting past the point. Um, yeah, religion ain't saving me. Religion would have fucking got me caught up because niggas was out here every time they would have like a violent move against me. It was almost like they would prep my mind to be docile and shit. And they say like Jesus turned the other cheek. God ain't telling me that. He told Jesus that. If God told me actively turn the other motherfucking cheek, I'll listen. Cause I listen to God. You know what I'm saying? And throughout all of this, God was revealing to me things that I didn't necessarily think were righteous according to the Bible. So I had to like really pray and be like, "Hey God, is this okay? Am I doing something offensive to you?" Like when he was telling me and revealing to me like the secrets of chakras and other spiritual practices and stuff. And he was basically telling me the whole time was like, "No, you got me. Don't worry about what they say. I'm a living God. I said those things to them to keep them separate and keep them away, so I could garner a certain character into them, so that when they went out into the world, when it was time to leave their father's house, right? Because what is the word? It's living, but the book, that's the law was for school children or so servants. When you're an heir, that's when you become part of the living world. And I'm telling you, at times I just wanted to get the fuck out. I really did. Like, but when they started mentioning shit about kids and shit, I had to reconcile what could I live with, because I was like, man, I just want to get the fuck out. This shit is too goddamn annoying, and it ain't my problem. And then they want to fucking raise the kids and shit. And I'm like, I can't. I would never be able to live with myself if I. And then I had to face the fact, like, I was also there was like a allotted loyalty to these false friends because they were pretending, but my interactions with them were genuine. So you build a connection with people, and it's like damn, are these niggas like involved into this like weird, crazy ass shit out of force? Somebody manipulating them? You know what I'm saying? So I had to like really figure out what it was that I stood on in that moment. It's not like I was just uh, do right please. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking, like putting on a goddamn cape and saving the fucking day and shit. It's like I had to really deal with myself and be like, all right, I gave them enough time. I know what they're about. They are not. They do this because they into this shit. They some freaky ass weird ass niggas. Also, I could make it easier on myself because I live with the fact that I'm allowing grown adults and kids to suffer because I won't do the right thing. Because I won't stand up. I won't speak out. I won't persist. And then I'm like, I just, I talked to guys like, God, these niggas ain't gonna get me. Like I'm gonna do everything as righteously as I can, but if these niggas come for me, I'm gonna shove this goddamn machete and gut a motherfucker. Like, the guy was like, bet. And I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had every right to defend myself. I had every right to co-create. You know what I'm saying? I don't wake up and desire goddamn violence. Like, I want shit to be copacetic, but for things to be copacetic, you gotta deal with some bullshit out here. And sometimes necessary and adequate violence, like the just the right amount is enough. You know. So people, because I mean I don't judge people for thinking they're like, oh shit, the shit he on crazy. No, like I didn't think it was quote unquote the righteous way to be a person or to be a child of God, right? I didn't. Now, if I would have just did it with hubris, I mean, my path, I get karma like fucking instantly. So I really, ever since I was a goddamn kid, I never got caught when I did that. But like the next fucking day, like shit would go awry. You feel me? So I always got like instant karma, and that's why like a lot of times niggas fuck with me to get instant karma, because I always had to deal with goddamn instant karma. So that like I could never really get away with shit. I have to. It has to be one to one with my morals and one to one with honoring God. And so if those two things match up, God just protects me. That's it. It's that simple. It ain't complex or nothing. Stick within my morals and stick with just being appeasing to God, right? And people judge all too often through the process way too goddamn early because A lot of them stories in the Bible had a lot of motherfucking processes. And if you look at anybody today, what would they say? God takes you the long route. God had to, like, that nigga Paul, where he murdered Christians. God allowed that so he could be the perfect example. If you would have taken large segments out of an individual's life development, they would have never been capable enough to perform the job God needed them to perform. So, again, you motherfuckers should probably stop judging people. They're going through an experience so they can understand in their mind and garner just basically experience, life experience, so that they can then be utilized. It's all a part of the plan. Some people just need to go with the flow. And with me, God was doing a new thing. He was like, I'm going to show you because you have a heart that's not against mine. You really just want to understand me. And beyond that, beyond the book, you listen to what I'm saying right now. It's like when your father puts you in timeout. You in timeout. You say, how long? Forever. Oh, your goddamn 6-year-old mind is like, I'm going to be here forever. Man, yeah, if you a servant. But if you his child, you know your child ain't going to be in that corner forever. You know, if you have a decent enough relationship with your child, you know who your child is. And you know that they have to leave your home. Hopefully they'll come and visit. But they gotta experience the world themselves. An apple is not meant to stay on the branch of the tree the whole time. The apple is meant to be carried a distance, be planted with the seeds therein, and grow a tree of its own so that other apples can go the distance too, again and again. Stop. Don't get stuck and allow the old words to kill you. The old words stabilize you. It's your foundation. But always keep an ear out for what he's saying now. And that's what every prophet dealt with. Everybody like, we doing the sacrifice is dirty rags. Dirty fucking rags. Because they heart and their spirit weren't in it. They didn't get the concept. Yes, the practice is good. The practice garners a certain level of like mind, body, spirit connection. But when the spirit fades out and you just get caught in the rituals and the religion, you need a refresher of the spirit. That's why you put the prophet there. These niggas literally could not see God in front of themselves with Jesus. How the fuck the only nation to get a one-to-one relationship with God, like an express relationship. Every other nation had angels and deities that were governed by what? The Most High. They did it their own way. Israel had a one-to-one, this is how I would do it, and they still couldn't see God in front of their face. How different are y'all who listen to me or who see my story? God don't do shit regular. Cause he he's dealing with, and he's trying to invoke change in a very multifaceted way, and so he knows what things need to be dealt with in a multitude of individuals. And it's not your goddamn fucking right to judge. It's his. And who he sets as judges. So, I mean, it's what it is, but food for thought. Shalom.